that was totally worth it, just to hop again. Who gets that opportunity to be in that little inner circle with him? And you got to thank Tommy, but for being so aggressive like that, right?
Yep.
He actually created all that, right? Just being himself and
Yep.
pushing it down the road. If not, again, like I said, he kind of created all that. We just were hangers on because we were like the couple guys that kind of connected with him early, and we kind of were cool after that. You connect with someone early, you hang out, you become cool. So that's kind of how it worked out.
I ended up taking him to the airport.
Oh wow! You see,
Yeah.
they were buddies.
Like I said, I was just sitting at the hotel anyway,
Yeah,
so I just left a little earlier than I was planning on
you
it.
leaving that day as well, right? Weren't you leaving that day as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then he created some video. He got to create some content, right, with Jerry, and that he kind of liked, but that's another story.
Yeah, I forgot about that. No, we got to tell a story. We brought it up. We got to tell a story.
You do it.
So I don't know. Here, I'll just give you kind of like the 10,000-foot view. So, like Mando said, he created some content with Jerry, right? Content's done and over with. This guy starts saying, "I don't like it. We need to redo this." So he's calling Jerry like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, talking about, Jerry, I don't like this content we created. We need to redo this. What time you got tomorrow so we can get together and refilm this content?
Wow.
I'm like, do you know who you're talking to? You're talking to a multi-millionaire and has probably hundreds of students, and you think you can just call him up and say, we need to redo this, I'm going to redo it.
At midnight.
At midnight. Yeah, like no concept of time whatsoever. It was just like, that's on my mind. I'm going to just say what's on my mind.
Out of control.
What Jerry be saying? Jerry just be chill with it.
Well, Jerry didn't. I
think at that point he wasn't picking up anymore. It's 12 o'clock at night. He just hosted hundreds of people in his house. Like he had a hold down. I'm sure after that he was like, man, this is my guy, but come on, man. Come on, man.
He probably had a do not disturb.
Yeah, I'm not saying he blocked them, but he's gonna be like, yo, dude, you made a video with me. We were in a ride along together. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
what do you want?
I can't give her so much.
That's crazy.
Yeah, again, he wasn't malicious. It was just his character. It was his nature just the way he is, right? It was
that got things done, like you said, right?
Yeah, he would just chase it and be like, carelessly, like whatever. He didn't think about it, so it wasn't with bad intent at all. It's just that's just style. He just goes for it, which is awesome as well. Like I said, everyone was rooting for him to get that deal, right? Everyone was rooting for him. Everyone was that knew about it was rooting for him.
I can't tell you how many people that I was sitting at a table with, and I hear, "Oh, did you meet that guy Tommy, the guy that was hanging out with Jerry?" I was like, "Dang, how many people knows about this dude?" Because nobody knew about him on Monday, but here it is Wednesday, and everybody knew him.
Everybody.
You like get that crap? No, that's good though. I mean, energy might.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. But yeah, that was kind of our adventure in community camp. What are you guys up to?
Same old, brother. Just hunting down deals, just helping out JV connects, Same old. Got some good stuff. We have one in Florida that Paul's been working with one of our guys, Timmy, but nothing crazy,
Yeah, on that grind.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, does anybody have a connection that likes to invest in development projects? I met a guy.
Courtney?
Say again?
Courtney? He's from Hawaii. He does a lot of development in Hawaii. We all met him one night in Arizona. He came out late when we were sitting around a round table.
Oh yeah, Courtney, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, connect me with him. I met a guy, his name is Justin. Justin, I don't even know how to pronounce his last name, is NG. And he's got a project in uptown Dallas. They're trying to do a high-rise development, which is like right around like the Maverick Center and like all of these Dallas high-interest places to visit. So it's a high-end, high-scale development. He's trying to raise money for the project, and I was like, well, I'll just use my network and see what I can get you.
So he's looking for money.
Yeah, he's trying to raise. So Justin's a fund manager, funds of fund manager. Remember, did you ever meet Avashkar?
Yeah, I have a story on that as well, but I'll say But yeah, I met him
He's trying to raise money for one of his projects.
for Vashkar's projects.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Julian might be a connection. Did you meet Julian?
I don't.
Remember,
Oh no,
remember
I
the
did.
first day that Pace?
Yeah, I knew who you're talking about. I kept trying to meet him, and every time I try to meet him, one, I was in a conversation with somebody, and I felt really like, hey, I wanted to talk to this guy. I'll talk to you later, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think you told me that.
And then at the hoedown, I was going to talk to him, and freaking David Ross was like talking him up, and I'm like, I don't want to be rude and just kind of like, hey, Julian, I just wanted to introduce myself, because they were in a pretty good conversation. Try to be respectful.
What I learned, see, you missed the opportunity. So what I've learned, I just interject, hey, what are you guys talking about? You mind if I jump in? Just to get in that, right? Because you don't know when you're going to be able to meet him again. It might take another 4 months or whatever, right?
Right.
So it's different than meeting someone online than meeting them face to face.
Sure.
You get to shake their hand, you get to feel, that experience eye to eye. So I learned that as well. So I just interject, you know why? Because I did it to him. I interjected a conversation he was having because I wanted to meet him.
Nice.
And this was in Jerry's house, and I was coming out the water, whatever, and he was there with someone else, and I said, "Oh, this is my shot." And I just, I dried up a little bit. I went back to him, and that's exactly what I said. Hey, you just, you mind if I interject? What are you guys talking about? And again, I met him a couple times after that, so I can connect you with him. I see him in the airport. He wanted me to help him with some content creation as well, so we connected. He's my buddy.
Nice.
He took some pics up in Logan's Pass. So
all right.
He's a money guy.
Yeah, when I saw him in the lobby, he was on his computer on the phone, so that's another reason why I didn't talk to him either.
Yeah, so I'll reconnect. Give me a chance to reconnect with him as well. Then I'll pass. But Pace kind of mentioned him a couple of times, so
you did. That's why I wanted to meet him.
Exactly. So so
he had to be somebody.
Yeah, so we gotta chase him down, right? So
Yeah.
So I was fortunate enough to connect with him a couple of times. So and he was actually in my flight. And then I seen him again on my plane later on in
Nice.
even Kalispell. So again, he's a cool guy, and I'll connect you with him.
Did you fly back to Minnesota to go to New York, or were you able to go straight through this time?
I flew to Salt Lake City, leaving.
That don't make no damn sense.
Yeah.
Go west to go east. How does that make sense?
A lot of people have funny flights. I know one girl had a flight from Tampa to Seattle, and then from Seattle had a flight back to Kalispell. I had another one that left, I think, Fort Lauderdale or something, and flew into San Francisco to then fly to Kalispell. Flights from, yeah, I was like, oh my.
They try to get like cheap flights, or I'm like,
it had to be, or late flights. I was like, oh man, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, they some funny layovers.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to California, go up to Manteca. I was like, that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
That's the nice thing about living here in Colorado.
It is. So I think Jose was fortunate that he's the one stop away, right, Jose?
Yeah, because I mean, Denver is a huge,
a hub.
So I mean, you can get almost anywhere from here. It's like being Atlanta or
for sure
Dallas, DFW.
Yeah.
So
right in the middle.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we most of us took connecting flights, as just the game. But it was well worth it, man.
Yeah, you got there. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got there.
An experience, man. It was an experience. Not like I'm ever going again unless it's with this community. So we kind of experienced that. Another piece of Earth. We just, some people call it Montana. I just call it Earth. Another piece of Earth we just visited. You know what I'm saying? It was.
We like that. Yep.
But it was awesome. We did like a scavenger hunt where we got to travel around the city, which was a great idea because I said if you host a workshop, right, in your local area, and you can do sort of something like that as an adventure where people can connect, and you can send them on a local scavenger hunt, right, for half a day, let's say, a couple of hours, and some community and something else to do as well. So I even thought of that as well, as maybe interjecting some of that into a workshop possibility, just to kind of make it fun as well.
Yeah.
In somewhere and obviously learning, but that part of community I think is important as well. You get to connect with each other, and that gives you something to maybe come back and look forward to do again, right? Because you kind of connected with certain people.
The
right?
community is everything.
Repeat customer. Wow, this guy's cool, man. He does different things out of the box we never even thought of. So I just thought of that as maybe as a possibility as well to interject into something that we could do locally. Well, that's what I thought while I was doing it.
Yeah, you gotta be always have your mind churning, always thinking pretty much.
Yeah, I got that, that get high mentality, that old piehead mentality, that stay high, it's always
Always thinking. Yeah.
I don't that creative space, just that outside the box and
that visionary.
Yeah, that's that's I'm always out there.
That's how you elevate and get to the next level.
Yeah, I'm staying out of space. You know what I'm saying? That's my lane.
Have you guys read that book, Rocket Fuel?
Man, I freaking love Rocket Fuel. Yeah, visionary integrator. I love that book.
I've had that thing for years. I've never read it, and then I'm gonna get there. And I was like, you know what? I won't read it, so I got the audiobook.
Yeah, I can't. I can't do both. Right? It has to be audio.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, this is a really good freaking book. And then everybody's like, are you a visionary or an integrator? And I just assumed that I was an integrator because reading what an integrator does sounds more like me than a visionary. Because when I think visionary, I think of pace, and I'm not a pace. You know what I mean? So reading this book or listening to this book, and like, this is what a visionary does, this is what an integrator does. I'm like, I am definitely an integrator. I mean, like, that was me when you do the 20 questions or 100 questions it is. I was probably like 95% of those were yeses for me for integrator. So yeah, I mean, I might have a little bit of a visionary influence, but
that's awesome. Integrator. That's awesome because you guys are super valuable. You're a valuable asset because a lot of people want to be visionaries or want to be visionaries, and but you can identify what you are. Guys, you got a visionary here. I mean, integrator. If anyone's looking for one, reconnecting. Connect to Jose, because that's valuable.
Yeah, that's everything. Yeah. They hold the foot down.
Ace recommended that book once before because I had saved it to my Audible library because I have tons of books here. I have real estate books here, all stuff. I just can't do it. I just can't. I just collect dust. I do.
You gotta get the ebooks. Yeah. You can still have those, but the ebooks is good for when you're driving and stuff.
Yeah, I just finished reading Will Guidara's. He was a New York restaurateur. It's called it's called let me look for it just so I don't want to chop. It was a real interesting book. He just goes above the call of duty. Unreasonable Hospitality. That was a great book. I just kind of finished reading that, and I'm reading now Pitchology, something like that. Pitching anything basically.
Unreasonable
space, yeah. Kind of the space that I want to be in regards to like capital raising. So I'm trying to hone those skills, be able to I'm really focused on that as well. And
my next two are E-Myth and Profit First.
E-Myth. I think
E-Myth
as well, right? I think Dana.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love the E-Myth, man. Man, I'll tell you, Paul put me down with a book. I don't know if I can say it because the daggone debate was yesterday, but that freaking Trump book off the chain too. Not even on the politics, man. Paul told me about that. I'm like, whoa, wow. I listen to it every morning, every day. You're like, just going through them joints. Like,
I actually read that book.
Which one is this?
The Art of the Deal.
The Art of the Deal.
The Art of the Deal. Yeah. I called it the Trump book. Yeah, you're right.
I actually read that one back in the
day. That joint nice. Yeah.
Other one I kind of liked too was Sam Walton's autobiography. Walmart. That was awesome as well. I relate to that. It was kind of like a sweet and sour. He would be heavy-handed, but he would kind of leave you with a hug. You know what I'm saying? So that would be his last impression after he smacked you around. So you know what I'm saying?
That sounds like an abuser, right?
No, he
gets you, and I'm like, I love you. I'm sorry.
He smacks you around a little bit, and then he gives you a hug. And I related to that because I'm like that by nature, you know, a lot of times. So I
Like Costa
resonated
Rica
to
in
that
you?
sweet and sour approach. And I was like, oh man, okay, there's someone actually super successful who used this approach as well. You know,
It's a good trait to have.
yeah. Again, you leave them with that hug, that last impression, and you don't leave that sour taste in someone's mind. You know, that's kind of what you want to do, right? It's after you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to create something. That's not the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, brothers, that was our adventure in the continental divide.
You said living on the earth, living in the world.
Yeah, we got to see some line. I don't know what they were, but there's some rams up there when we climbed up. There was some mountain lions type of. I don't know what they call mountain lions. Giant sheep, maybe. I forgot the name, but there were a lot of animals. There was some animals there. You know,
Did you see a bear?
I think there was a sighting of a small bear by some of the people, but I wasn't really interested. You know what I'm saying? I was not. When we got up there, you know, because the temperature started to drop after a while. Because it takes a while. It took probably like 45 minutes, an hour to climb to the top. And I didn't really have a jacket. I had like a thin sheer thing, that a windbreaker that.
Man, you from New York. That probably wasn't that cold.
And that wasn't cold, but I'm a cold freak. Trust me. I'm not with the cold. I am not with the cold. Believe it. I am not that guy. So I'm a hot climate dude. Trust me.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah, that cold. Yeah, that's not me no more. I'm past that.
That drink get your bones.
Yeah, I'm past that. So
that's that wet cold.
Corey, I had met Glennis and her husband Corey. Glennis was the lady that Marcus Leonis brought up when her sister, she's talking about her sister.
Bodybuilder.
Oh
she's
yeah, bodybuilder. Yeah.
Right? Remember that she works out a lot. That was my first time meeting her. She brought her husband. We kicked it off. They were amazing, 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 amazing people. Again, this is the things that happen. So I hooked up with them, and you meet these friends, right? And he had like a little windbreaker to spare, so you know that was all I had. And I just ran back down. I kind of jogged down because it was already getting kind of cold, and I had like a little thin shirt. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna freeze up here. So
You got back on the bus.
I had to build up a little sweat, just you know. But again, it was an awesome experience, man, for real. I'm glad.
Your first impression when you get to Kalispell, when you get off the plane and you go to baggage claim or to the rental car place, big old sign with a stuffed bear says bear spray.
Yeah.
Like, damn, is it that prevalent? That's the first thing you want to make sure people got when they get off the plane is some bear spray. I was like, damn, how bad is this?
Bro, where are we?
It's everywhere. It's a very, very town.
Yeah.
For real. But
That's crazy.
It was an awesome experience. And like I said, you know, and everyone's looking forward to the next one. Yeah, I guess, you know, Boston, right? So everyone's now looking forward to that adventure and see what that.
Yeah, you got Halloween. You got people going to be dressed up. So
yeah, so that's going to be awesome.
Y'all missed out, man. See me in my. I don't think I posted that yet, but me dressed up as a cowboy. That was some fun stuff.
I think I put a picture of me and you in the stories. I think I put that one up, and I took a nice video of him dancing. You should put that one up.
Shit. Nah.
In your stories.
Yeah.
That was a nice one. But it was again, it was cool. It was mad cool. Then people got to bring their families, so you got to meet their others, right? So that was awesome as well. Again, yeah, it was it's just an awesome adventure as always. You know, I got to connect with people I wanted to meet kind of intentionally. You know, the more you go to these, the more you be like, man, I want to meet said person that can help me out in what I'm doing. So I was kind of intentional with that. So I got to connect with kind of the people I think could help me out specifically. So that was awesome. You know, I built those relationships with that. I was lucky that we're there this time around. So I was hoping that they were there, and they were there.
It all worked out.
Well, yeah.
Amazing, dude.
Love it. I love it.
Jose, I love all these adventures and everything, man. But I gotta ask you, like, what do you do? Like, I see you're a PML. I see you're in Colorado / Florida. what do you do? Like, what's your shtick?
So yeah, probably like most people in this community, I kind of have that shiny object syndrome. So I joined Sub 2 back in August of 2022, almost by happenstance, right? So I was already investing in real estate at the time, and I already had a couple projects that I was working on actually up in Minnesota. And I'm sitting there and watching TV, just watching random shows. And I remember, I think I went to like a workshop, or I went to, it was one of my mentors who said, is this activity a money producing activity? So I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm so bored, I can't find shit on TV, and I'm like, that statement popped in my head, and like, what am I doing? Like, how am I making money sitting here watching this TV show? So I turned the damn TV off. I came to YouTube. That I'm just gonna sit here and watch YouTube and learn stuff, right? So I put real estate in there, and I said, at least if I'm watching videos, at least I'm getting an education and learning how to apply some new skill sets to what I'm trying to do. So fast forward, learn, being Sub 2 owners club as well. Um, I got into Gator like 2 months later. At the time, I had some funds that I wanted to grow, and when they were pitching Gator, it was like, yeah, lend 2,500, make five K back, or that kind of stuff. I'm like, that sounds really good. I got 2,500 I can lend. I wouldn't mind doubling my money in 10 days. Who would want to do that?
Yeah.
So, fast forward to present day, and right now I am a buy and hold investor here in the state of Colorado. I would like to invest in Florida, but I think I need to kind of stay in my backyard for now, because um, I plan to self manage. I'm doing co-living as my strategy, uh, to help uh, provide affordable housing. And although I have like mad family in Tampa area, and people from high school in Orlando, um, I want to kind of do the proof of concept, show people I know how to do this. Because I think once I get my first one in under my belt, people, because that's what they look for, right? First time I ask somebody, you want to partner with me? They're like, yeah, great. How many times have you done this? Oh, this is my first one. Then they like get gun shy, right? They don't want to be the first one in the shoot to see for you as you're testing this thing out. But ask us. But I've done like 4 flips already. I've done like I've had 5 doors under my belt. Blah 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 blah. All that doesn't matter when you're changing your strategy. So I recently like liquidated all my assets so I can focus here, get out of the markets that I was in. And so even though if I don't even have the money as a PML, I gator wrestle. So I'll find you the money. One of the things I think it was in Scottsdale is where I made the decision that I'm going to be a connector, is one of the avatars that I'm prevalently like seeking after. That's why, like I brought Justin's project to you guys and see if you knew anything. Um, Outside of Sub 2, I also belong to technically 3 other mentorships. Um, Lifetime Cash Flow, which is Rod Khalif's multifamily mentorship, which is who I started reaching out to, the people that I met in that group to see if they could help Justin. REI Ace, that's Matt Oates. He's a single family guy out of Vegas. And then I did Fortune Builders. And I've done other mentorships, but they're more local gurus, and they were, the national things. But I've always invested in myself. Nobody's gonna believe in you more than you're gonna believe in yourself. And I got people like Mando, when I start having those mind tricks playing on me, when I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this stuff. Maybe I need to stop where I'm at. He's like, no, dude, stop that negativity, and get your mind straight, start doing what you know you're supposed to be doing. But yeah, that's what I'm at. Kind of a long story, but for me, and you guys are Owners Club members, And so my amount ever, in case you don't know, I know Dana knows, so I shared it with him, but I'm trying to help 1,000 people per month who are struggling to find affordable housing, paying bills paycheck to paycheck by purchasing 143 homes, um, utilizing the co-living strategy while netting like 23K a month. That's my goal. So I'll be helping like 1,000 people per month. I started doing the math. I was like at 700. Like 700 sounds too low. I'm gonna raise it up to 1,000. 1,000 sounds like a nice round number. I like that number better. So one of the things I did recently is I purchased 35 acres of land, which I close on Friday of this week, with the intent to put an RV park on there because I know that's quick, and I don't say quick. It is good cash flow, right? And it's also can be affordable. Um, and then I went to Michelle Bisson's. She had a speaking engagement last night, and listening to her story, how she got involved in RV parks, I realized that this land may not be the best use for RV parks because there's no draw to it, right? There's no like people wouldn't park there and want to drive an hour to do any kind of activity they want to do. And Denver is like 2.5 hours north of it, so it's not close enough to any of the things they would want to be involved in or engage in. So RV park may not be the best use for this land, even if I could get the zoning change, because right now it's zoned for AG, and that only allows me to put 3 homes on that property. So the other thing is to get it changed and potentially put like a tiny home village on it, right? I'm doing some research. There's Elon Musk is part of this company called Boxable. I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but it's basically modular homes, and you can go as small as a tiny home, or you can do a 2-story, single family home, put it up in one day, and I think the range is anywhere from 10K up to maybe 60K. And I'm like, well, shoot, 60K is pretty cheap for one place, and you rent it out for, let's say I rented out for $1,000, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath for $1,000. I mean, where the hell are you going to find that at? Right? And think about it. In 5 years, that thing's paid off. And I just keep on holding on to it. So, yeah, there's so many things I can do with it. It already has electricity to it. The only thing I have to do is drill a well. So, worst case scenarios, I keep telling everybody, is I'll just hold it for 5 or 7 years. Colorado Springs is growing, so that land will become very, very desirable. So I'll have a landowner, or not landowner, but a builder, I'm sure, approach me and say, "Would you want to sell this?" And
how much is it going for?
So I bought it for less than 2K an acre. I bought it for 69.9.
That's good.
But there's properties or parcels around here that for like 5 acres they're selling for 300, 400K easy. If you get some mountain property, you're getting close to 800-900. So nice thing about mine, it's pretty level. I mean, it's a little hilly, but not like drastic. But it has great view of the Rocky Mountains. I had a mentor that taught me how to do arbitrage Airbnb, and she had some property up in the Rockies, and she basically didn't do anything. All she did was put 2 porta potties on her property and let people rent space to put their tents on. And so she basically was paying her mortgage for that land by Airbnb being her land to have people just camp on it. There was no set spot, just a place for them to use the bathroom. That was it. I said, that's crazy.
That's why I've never heard of that. That's wild.
Maybe you could throw a festival there or something.
That's so low overhead, right? I mean,
oh, crazy! 2 porta potties? You kidding me? That's all you got to pay for? Maybe the land price? Who knows?
Yeah.
But that's amazing.
So